friends. So we're going to have to start doing things just a little bit different for a couple days. Our distribution day does not work well with the plan that we have right now. And so I don't want to stop doing math. I want to keep on going. So I don't have these sheets for you at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this information that's right here, and we are going to translate everything onto the paper in our spiral. So I can tell you right now, your spiral is more important than ever for this week. So we are working on Unit 1, Lesson 10, and we're going to just continue on. The difference about what we're doing today is we are going to read a story problem. We're going to make a drawing, write an equation, and solve the problem. So what are you going to do? We're going to make a drawing, write an equation, and solve the problem. What will we make a drawing about? We'll make a drawing about this. What will we write an equation about? We'll write an equation about the story problem, and the problem that we'll solve will be the equation. So we're looking at a real life story. So this is something that really could happen in real life. And that's the interesting thing about math. Math isn't always about just solving an equation on the page. Like, you're not always just like 9 + 8 for the heck of it. Usually there's something happening in life that requires you to use math. You might be counting money. You might be trying to figure out how many party favors you need for your birthday party. You might be trying to figure out how many pizza slices you need to have for everybody to have pizza at your house or whatever. All of that is math. And so the story problems kind of help prepare us for getting ready to do those things in the real world. So I'm going to read this one to you, and then we're going to solve it over here. So the school has 5 computers in the library. They buy some more computers. Now there are 12. How many computers does the school buy? Okay, so the first thing I want to point out is when we hear the word some in our math books means box. So the school has 5 computers in the library. They buy some more. And sometimes I even put a box right around that. So I remember that right there, some, is what we're going to be putting. That stands in for the box that we have. Some more computers. Now there are 12. How many computers does the school buy? Okay, it says make a drawing. That doesn't mean that we're just going to start like, oh, here's a tree and here's a cat. We're not making a drawing of a tree and a cat, are we? We're making a drawing about this. Does that mean that we should do a bunch of computers? No. The drawing that we're looking for is a math mountain. I made that too close to up there, so I'm going to erase. Try that again. I made a little mistake. I'll learn from it and go a little bit lower this time. So this is the picture. This is the drawing that we are going to work with for all of these. The school has 5 computers in the library. They buy some more. Now there are 12. How many total computers do we have? Go ahead and whisper it to your study buddy. If you said 12 for the total, you are correct. So that's our total. Remember, when we have a math mountain, we have partner, partner, and total. Total's at the top, total top. Partner, partner, there's a pair of partners that all starts with P. Okay, so that means that this 5 is one of the partners, and some is our box. So now we made the drawing. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to write an equation. So the equation is usually something plus or minus something equals something else. So that can be called an equation. It can be called a number sentence, either way. But we need to make our equation for this. There are 2 different ways that you can make your equation. You could start with the total. 12 minus 5 equals box Or we could do 5 plus box equals 12. I'm going to pause the video in just a moment, and you're going to tell me if you like 12 minus 5 or 5 plus box equals 12. So here I go, 3, 2, 1, pause. I think that's interesting to learn how our brain works. I'm somebody who always leans towards the addition. I use the subtraction and I can do that, but I generally do this. And so it was interesting to learn what you guys do, which one you prefer. Now, so we wrote an equation, we made a drawing, and now we need to solve this problem. I really like to count up the mountain until I get to 12. So I'm going to go ahead and do that one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I'm going to count these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 12 minus 5. So 12 minus 5 equals 7. 5 plus 7 equals 12. So we can do that either way. I'm going to go ahead and write my 7s in here. Okay, so we found out the answer to that one was 7. I'm going to draw a line right here to show that I'm working on my next equation. So it says, I'm going to read it again. So we're practicing making drawings, writing equations, and solving the problem in the real world. So we're going to make a drawing, we're going to write an equation, and then we're going to solve the problem. Alina has 17 beads. She uses 9 of them to make a bracelet. How many beads does she have left? Okay, so I didn't see the word sum in there, so I don't know where my box is going to go. Sometimes if I just start making my math mountain, it starts to tell me what to do. Alina has 17 beads. She uses 9 of them. Ooh, uses is like making them kind of go away. So I think this is going to be a minus. I think 17 is the total. I'm going to pause right now, and I would like for you to go ahead and fill in your math mountain. All right, so now that we're back together, your math mountain should not look like mine. Your math mountain should have 17 and 9 somewhere on it. Right before we paused, we said 17 is the total. So total goes at the top. She used 9 of them to make a bracelet. How many does she have left? So how many is kind of like our box. Like we said, sum is a signal word for box. How many is kind of a signal word for box as well. What do we do next? Make a drawing. Write an equation. If you're thinking write an equation, I'm really impressed. So just like before, you can pick. Do you like to do those minuses or do you like to do those pluses? I'm going to pause the video again, and you are going to go ahead and give a try to making this into an equation. All right, now that we're back, give me a thumbs up if your equation looked like this. All righty, now give me a thumbs up if your equation looked like this. Cool. I want to make a note that it doesn't matter which way you think about it, as long as you get to the correct answer in the end. So either one of these methods are valid. All right, so now go ahead and solve this. I'm going to pause the video again. Give me thumbs up when you have solved this. I used my math mountain again and climbed that mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm wondering if some of you, instead of counting up the mountain, you went like this: 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. How many of you did that? Because that is okay too. I appreciate that you did that. I think we can finish this last one right here. Let's read this one together. Aaron wraps 6 party favors. Party favors are the present that you give to somebody who comes to your party. So if you're wondering what party favors are, Aaron wraps 6 party favors. She needs to wrap 15 favors in all. How many favors does she still need to wrap? So she wrapped 6. She must have 15 people coming. So she does not have enough yet to answer to that total. Oh, and look at the signal phrase again. How many? So that is going to be our box right there. All right. First things first, make a drawing. I'm going to pause, and you're going to make your drawing right now. Go. All right, now that we're back, I'm going to pause, and what goes at the top? Who's going to tell me? That's correct. The total goes at the top. Oh, I don't know why I put a box on that. I think because I was waiting and I wanted to write something. I'm going to pause again and ask where this 6 goes. Alrighty, you guys are really getting this. So that means that how many box goes right there. All right, next we need to write the equation. I'm going to pause, and you're going to tell me which equation you chose. Who wants to help me with that? All right. So since this is a video, I'm going to go ahead and write both equations down right now. So we have 6 plus box equals 15, and 15 minus 6 equals box. And I know for sure that you guys came up with both of those. All right, so this is lesson 110. And since we don't have these pages at home, what I'm going to do is this is going to be what you're going to do. On Seesaw, you will find this as an activity for you to do. You need to do all 3 things there too. Make a drawing, write an equation, and solve the problem, just like what we did here. Thank you, learners, for helping me out today. It's always wonderful to hear and see your smart thinking.